Hey there in YouTube land, and meant to do my second part of my vlog today, and I will do that a little bit later. But I had a request from a good friend and commenter of mine, Toddy Walnuts, and basically he has the Vincent Price set coming, the first volume from Scream Factory, and I thought this would be a good time to do an overview of the set now because I know that it's Halloween time, and just recently I'm not sure if it's still going on or not, but you can check it out. But Amazon.com had a big sale on a lot of the Scream Factory stuff. I think the Vincent Price set was one of the things that was slashed down price, which is actually really cool. So without further ado, we're going to get into the Vincent Price set. Now, before I do that though, there's one thing that I do want to say. Scream Factory has been making some big announcements recently on movies that are coming out, and one of them is Vincent Price related. So Tina, you may want to know this one. Um, they are putting out the movie, was announced today, From a Whisper to a Scream, better known as The Offspring. It's an anthology film, and it's what's one of the stars in the film is, of course, Vincent Price. It's one of his later films. It's one that I really, really enjoy, and I saw it on VHS as The Offspring. I never did have the DVD version of it, but it's the one that I really love. I love anthology films. Of course, also being released next year, we have the double feature of Once Bitten with Jim Carrey and the George Hamilton film. Oh my God, my favorite vampire film. See, normally this is where you stop and you go like, "Oh, let's redo this video." Well, nah. Let's just what's it called? Love at First Bite. Oh, yes, I saw it in theater too. I remember seeing it in theater back in the day, and then watching it on VHS, and one of the songs was different. Uh, Apparently, Scream Factory are working on getting that song back into the film. The other double feature that's coming out that I'm actually very excited about is the Blackula and Blackula Scream. They're putting in Supernova as well, but I don't really care about Supernova. But all those other ones, awesomeness. That being said, we've talked about Scream Factory. Let's get into the Vincent Price Volume 1 box set. If you haven't picked this one up yet, this was voted by a lot of horror sites, a lot of different sites, as the box set of the year. And I had to agree. It was definitely the box set of the year last year. And this is the first volume, so we're going to be looking at that right now. And I'm going to look in depth with it. We're going to look through all the discs, the artwork. I'm going to talk to you about the features, about the quality of the prints, and other stuff. So here we go. It's the Vincent Price collection, and this is the outside inner sleeve. It's an inner sleeve, outside sleeve. And we have 6 movies here with features. So if you want to I'll bring that in close. I'm going to go a little, want to pause that. I'm going to go through the features anyway, but just in case you want to pause and look on your own. I get it right in close there for each film. Though it's going to get blurry, but. So anyway, there are 6 films in the collection. They are on 4 Blu-ray discs. We have The Pit and the Pendulum, The Mask of the Red Death, The Haunted Palace, The Fall of the House of Usher, The Abominable Dr. Phibes, and Witchfinder General, in other words known as Conquer Worm. A lot of people kind of wondered why they did put the Phibes movies together. I did, but I also suspected there would be a second volume, and lo and behold, there is. So this also has a 24-page book, which we'll look at in a second. But The Pit and the Pendulum has, we'll go through the special features and look at the inside. It has an introduction by Vincent Price, a rare prologue, an audio commentary by producer-director Roger Corman, and theatrical trailer. The Mask of the Red Death has an introduction by Vincent Price, interview with producer-director Roger Corman, and audio with author Stephen Haberman, and theatrical trailer, audio commentary. The Haunted Palace has introduction by Vincent Price, an audio commentary by authors Lucy Chase Williams and Tom Weaver, a change of Poe, an interview with producer-director Roger Corman, and theatrical trailer. On the Fall of the House of Usher, we have introduction by Vincent Price, audio commentary by producer-director Roger Corman, audio interview with Vincent Price connected by film historian David Delvale, Vincent Price retrospective commentary by author Lucy Chase Williams featuring Peter Michael, and I think I got that right, and theatrical trailer. Dr. Phibes has the least on it. I'm surprised. I think it has an audio commentary by director Robert Fust, an audio commentary by author Justin Humphreys, and theatrical trailer. And we get into the most that's on there is on the Witchfinder General. And it has introduction by Vincent Price, audio commentary by producer Philip Wadlove, and the actor Ian Ogilvy. Of course, the guy that played the Saint Simon Templar in Return of the Saint series. Witchfinder General, Michael Reed's horror classic. Interview with Vincent Price conducted by film historian David Devell. Theatrical trailer. Additional Vincent Price theatrical trailers. Introductory Price, undertaking the Vincent Price Gothic horrors. Interview with Victoria Price. Now, what a lot of these introductions are is there was a TV station that they were running all of the Vincent Price, a bunch of the Poe movies and stuff like that, and they actually got Vincent Price in too, like film introductions for the movies. So these are actually on these Blu-ray discs here. There's even an interview with the guy that produced the segments, and they also have a long interview with Victoria Price. That's extremely good, and there's a nice long one, about I think an hour long, with Vincent Price as well. And there's a lot of features on here. A lot of these are ported over from the MGM release, but there's a bunch of new features on here. The transfers on each of these films are phenomenal. The sound is incredible, and it was like rediscovering these movies as I watched them. So let's get into the packaging now. On the booklet, which is 24 pages long, actually is pretty good. There's a lot of pictures and stuff on in this one here. You got a lot of like promo pics, posters, kind of like different information about the film, and of course there's the obligatory essay that all these have, with some fantastic photos as well. I found an interesting read. There's a lot of pictures in here. I like that, and I gotta say, it's something I really enjoyed. Now, once you open up the thing, you'll notice that the pictures changed on the inside of the case. And now we have instead of those lovely ladies, we have two skulls instead. The back of it is primarily identical. And we have, on the inside, the Pit and the Pendulum, Mask of the Red Death on the first one. The Haunted Palace and the Fallen House of Usher on disc 2. The Abominable Fives gets his own disc, which makes you think that you should put more on there. And the Witchfinder General, of course, another classic, gets its own disc as well, and that's where a lot of the bonus features are. There's not really anything like in the background, except for on the other side. Except if you want to look at it, you can see the basically the movie informations, like who acted and stuff like that. So that is the Vincent Price collection. It's a 5 out of 5. There was a reason this was one of the best last year. The transfer is amazing. The sound is incredible. It is 6 solid films. There's not a bad film among the bunch. And the features are like rewatching well, it's like watching it anew. The Vincent Price collection is something that should be on your shelf if you are a horror fan of classic or more modern horror. It belongs on your shelf. It is a great set. My personal favorites on there, of course, I like the Dr. Fives. I like the Haunted Palace. It's gets a bit of a bad rap, but I found it a fun film. But there isn't really a bad film in the bunch. The Vincent Price collection, if you haven't picked it up, this is what it'll look like when you put it on your shelf. Is a 4-disc Blu-ray set from Scream Factory that is loaded with features. All the MGM features have been ported over. There's been a bunch of new features. The remaster is fantastic. The sound is incredible. And I wish I could find out what the languages it was in, but I don't see that here. Because some people ask me sometimes if they're in if it's in Spanish or if it's in other languages, and I haven't checked. I apologize for that. I'm going to see if when I can to do that, to be able to actually talk about the features and let you know, like, if they're in another language, because I know some people's primary language is not English, and a lot of people's aren't. My better half, for instance, she speaks English extremely well, but English is not her first language. Oh. Always put in the book first. When the book is in solidly, then put in the disc. I'm guessing the way that this is done, it looks a lot like what if you're getting the Nightbreed limited edition set that I'm picking up, it's gonna look, the Nightbreed set is gonna be cased, I think, a lot like this from what I've seen. Uh, it's gonna have like the Nightbreed with the director's cut on one Blu-ray case, and then we have the theatrical cut on another Blu-ray case, and the booklet right beside it, in a slipcover like this. So that'll look good next to your Vincent Price if you get it. Thanks for watching. My next video is my vlog that I promised to do the second part of. Have a great day. For me right now, it's time for tea, and my phone has been buzzing. I'm not here there now, so I gotta go check it out. I hope that answers all your questions, Todd. If not, just put a comment down below, and I'll see if I can answer them for you.